Greetings. Hi everybody. Welcome to Dimitri's World. It's good to see you all again. Sorry. Today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars. You might say it's a bit late in the day to do that. However, I've been asked by two people to do it. One a director, one a family member in Cyprus. Hello. To do this. Star Wars, huge fan. Cider. 1 minute. So, Star Wars. I believe you asked me, both of you, to do comparisons and my thoughts on it. Star Wars 4, 5 and 6. You actually don't need to talk about them too much because they're fucking brilliant, you know. There's nothing you can say other than that. Well, there's tons. 4, 5 and 6 were just... They changed lots of people's lives. Changed mine as well. Whether for good or bad is no, for good. So Star Wars came out. Many of you might not be aware of this. Star Wars came out in 1977, New Hope, and it came out at a time in the world where the Western society was in a depression. So the films that were coming out then represented that, such as the Towering Inferno, the Poseidon Adventure, Earthquake, and such like. And along comes this man, George Lucas, and makes a film that at the time was more or less impossible to make. You know, he brought on a lot of the crew, I think, from 2001 and such like. And they had to, make special cameras, for the movements and things like that. You just can't. The only thing that The Empire Strikes Back is my favourite Star Wars film of all time. Now, at the time, Return of the Jedi, when they had the Ewoks in it, as a I can't remember how old I must have been, about 16, 17. When they had the Ewoks, first of all, I was kind of like teddy bears in Star Wars, really. But the more I've watched it, the more I've grown accustomed to it and don't mind it now. It kind of, it's part of the Star Wars, world. And of course, what makes it special for me is you've got Warwick Davis. I think, I can't remember, he was 12. Warwick, were you 12 or I can't remember when he got the part, because the guy playing, I can't remember. I think it was in who was meant to be playing it got ill, so it's just by chance that Warwick got the part, and so brilliant. Mark Hamill, Alec Guinness, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford. They just, and of course, Anthony Daniels and who was in Chewbacca? Ah, damn it, Peter Mayhew. So brilliant. I can't even count how many times I've watched them. They just they're kind of inspired. I always feel that the Star Wars inspired the 80s films, and the 80s films are just fun. As was the music, which got lost after the 90s, and then when they tried to emulate that. Bleh. So I'm going to do it kind of in clips, and then I'll put them together and gel. So, Star Wars glass with cider. Nectar of the gods. After gin. So, along comes Star Wars 1, 2 and 3. You know what? I can't even watch them to this. I've tried, because Star Wars fan, I've tried watching them. 2 or 3 times. I can't. They're terrible. And funny enough, I think the Phantom Menace, which most people will slate the most out of them, was the closest to the Star Wars feel. But the actors, including Liam Neeson, who wants to be involved in another film, I believe. So including Liam Neeson, Ian McGregor, who I like as an actor, but I didn't like as Obi-Wan Kenobi. They were just all terrible. The guy playing Darth Vader or Anakin, and I can't remember his name, and then I'm really doing one of names here, aren't I? Some princess in it. Terrible. There's nothing else I can say. I can't watch them. I think they're really bad, and I think the only good actor in all of them was Christopher Lee. It was just great because he and Peter Cushing. Obviously, Peter Cushing was in the first film, and of course Rogue One. I think if I'm glad George Lucas didn't have that technology available to him back in the 70s and 80s, because he might have made a mess of them back then. And it was the rawness and simplicity and the grittiness of the spaceships and the atmosphere that made them brilliant. So I'm not going to actually waffle on about 1, 2, and 3 because as far as I'm concerned, they're crap. Right, I'm going to end this part here, and I'll get back to you in a second when I have a thought or two. Ta-da. So we have Rise of Star Wars. Sorry. So we have the Rise of Skywalker now. Now, brilliant. I loved it. What a comeback, and come on, you have to think of what the Last Jedi would like to come back with. Where do you go with that? You're going to have some faults or plot faults and such like. But Rise of Skywalker, I loved it. I thought it was again a very good film. Criticisms of it. There was that stupid creature on the Millennium Falcon. What was that about? That creature Babu that was working on CP3O's brain, or Positonic network, or whatever, gone Star Trek now, data, to obtain the information for the location of the Sith. Yeah, I get it, not sure. I get it, Star Wars, and you did sound quite funny, but it's I'm not sure about that. I see, not sure, so I'm not criticising. Of course, when they're having the fight, Ray, and having the fight on the Star Destroyer, where of course Alec Guinness and Darth Vader fought, and Luke Skywalker. Well, that's good. What a kind of throwback. What a deep sense of meaning. Again, the old with the new. I thought the scene with where Emperor Paladin is and you got all his followers in the audience, a bit like Tron Legacy, wasn't it? That bit. If you haven't seen Tron Legacy, great film. One of those films that's rare to follow up on a film and be good, and Legacy was. I don't think they're making another, which is a shame. Anyway, back to that. The Paladin's followers. They were a bit overdone, too many of them, and just kind of like they fell away too easily. There was no kind of, and of course, always in films, when the evil comes to an end, the whole structure or building or palace or whatever falls down on you. It's a bit, been done a million times. The scene with the horses, which were meant to be the ground force, were ended up going on the Star Destroyer and running along, a bit stupid, unnecessary. But it's a great film, a few little faults, and again, are you saying? Am I saying there was no faults at all in the first 3, 4, 5, and 6? They were just cool. They were just brilliant, and it was good to see Lando Calrissian back in the last film, That's really all I have to say, other than thanks for listening. If anybody out there, that's what happens with cider. If anybody out there wants me to look at a film, give my thoughts, or even give a more in-depth, review, my family member in Cyprus said they're too long. Don't agree with you, so I'm not making it too long. Concentrate. But if anybody wants me to kind of do in-depth or kind of like just a flippant view on a film or anything, do ask. Thanks for listening, and see you anon.